Welcome to this explainer. I am absolutely thrilled you're hanging out with us today because, wow, are we stepping into something epic? We are breaking down the deep lore and intricate world building of the Trexon Covenant, Blood of the Black Star. Now, this isn't just your standard sci-fi story. We are talking about a massive cosmic stage where divine assignments, ancient bloodlines, and universal destinies collide in a way that is just absolutely fascinating.
Okay, let's dive right into this. At the very center of our story is a prophecy. When the black star pulses, the air shall awaken. Now, in this universe, the pulse of the black star acts a lot like a cosmic heartbeat. Actually, think of it like the universe's most intense, literally inescapable alarm clock. It's the ultimate catalyst. Whenever that star pulses, destiny is set into motion, signaling that the bloodline of the ancient Trexon family is being summoned to fulfill a massive, universe-altering purpose. But here's the catch, and this brings us directly to the core mystery of our explainer today. A prophecy promises an heir, sure, but what happens when a prophecy is hijacked? Like, what happens when two entirely different entities, wearing the exact same face, answer that cosmic call? We're launching directly into a high-stakes conflict, where true destiny is challenged by a terrifying counterfeit.
All right, Section 1, The Awakening of the Heir.
So the crucial point is, before we get to the clash, we kind of need to nail down the basics of this universe. First up, the black star. This isn't just a giant rock in space, it's a literal cosmic gate and a heartbeat that summons the Trexon bloodline across the universe. And second, we have the Covenant. You can think of this as a divine assignment of incredible power, but it's balanced by profound mercy, and it's granted by the supreme creator entity known as Yaha.
Now, if we look at the main players, it's basically a cosmic chessboard. First, we've got Ryael Trexon, known as the Gate. He's the true heir forced to step into a destiny he didn't even know he had. Then there's Naveah, known as the Shield, whose purpose is to protect him. Standing against them, the false sun, the Shadow, who literally counterfeits Ryael's existence. And finally, lurking in the deep background is the Original, the first of the bloodline and the source of this ancient corruption. Keep these archetypes in mind, guys, because they are the pillars of literally everything that follows. So the story kicks into high gear when a single pulse of the black star actually reaches a forgotten prison moon, Sector 369. That pulse is the supreme catalyst. It ignites Ryael's latent divine power during a violent breakout, pulling him onto a diplomatic shuttle. And wouldn't you know it, that's exactly where he crosses paths with Naveah, his promised shield, and Ghost, this amazing divine sentinel dog. This chance meeting? Yeah, no way is it luck. It's the universe physically aligning its pieces. Destiny is officially in motion.
Which leads us to Section 2, Prophecy and the False Sun. But as the black star pulses again, the tone takes a much darker shift, and the cosmic stakes escalate wildly. Look at the sharp contrast in their motives. We have Ryael, who is driven by the Covenant and divine mercy, representing true assigned power. But his counterfeit rival, the false sun, he is driven solely by an endless hunger and stolen power. It's a stunning thematic juxtaposition. True power is assigned and carries a heavy burden. Stolen power is just a void, constantly trying to consume everything in its path.
I mean, just listen to the chilling entitlement in this quote from the false sun. I am what he failed to become. I am the heir of wrath. Wow, that is dark, authoritative, and honestly terrifying. This isn't just an enemy. This is a corrupted hunger engineered by the sinister Dominion faction. They are entirely convinced that mercy is a weakness and that destruction is their birthright. Awakened in a cold Dominion warpod, the false sun's very first act is to violently murder his own creators to seize command. Talk about a terrible return on investment, right? He seeks to completely consume Ryael and just shatter the Trexon bloodline forever. And this connects us directly back to the overarching theme. Why does this matter? Because it forces us to ask, can Ryael ever truly outrun a shadow that wears his exact face and wields his exact strength?
Okay, moving right along to Section 3, Journey into the Veil. Let's move to how this builds, because this rivalry, it stops being a distant cosmic chess match and gets deeply, deeply personal. The physical reality of the universe literally begins to shatter. Here's the sequence. First, the false sun crosses the ultimate line by abducting Naveah.
Second, Ryael, fueled by sheer love and rage, takes up the ancient black star staff, unleashing this incredible silver-gold divine fire. And third, he violently tears open the fabric of reality itself, a realm called the Outer Veil, just to hunt the shadow down. Out of pure love for his shield, Ryael transforms from a reluctant heir into the mythic Gate.
Meanwhile, deep inside this corrupted temple of bone within the veil, yeah, it's exactly as pleasant as it sounds, the false sun chains Naveah. He subjects her to a dark, violent fire trying to torture her to death. Now you need to understand why this matters for the lore. The false sun believes prophecy requires suffering. He's absolutely convinced Ryael will only fully open his powers through the sheer agony of losing Naveah. But what the shadow severely underestimates is the unbreakable spiritual strength of the shield. This brings us to Section 4, Death and Resurrection.
We're stepping into the emotional climax of our explainer here, where the boundaries of life, death, and divine will blur completely. Because despite her incredible endurance, the physical toll is just too much. Suspended in those violet chains, Naveah Morrow actually breathes her last. Her spirit slips away into the dark. It is the ultimate, heartbreaking sacrifice. The shield falls, which appears to prove the false sun's horrific theory correct, leaving Ryael completely shattered.
But Ryael, he flat out refuses to accept this destiny. Cradling her lifeless body, he unleashes a heaven-splitting prayer. Yahuwah, hear me in the day and night of trouble, and let the gate within me rise. It is this raw, intense moment of absolute faith, and it shows us something crucial, how love and human free will can summon a divine intervention that logic and predetermined prophecy simply cannot explain.
Now, what's really interesting about this is the cosmic reaction that follows. A literal column of white fire descends directly into the veil. The very breath of the Creator, Yahweh, restores Naveah's life. Resurrected and fully empowered, Naveah and Ryael unite their white and silver gold fire. Together, their combined forces don't just defeat the false sun, they absolutely obliterate him. They unmake the predetermined shadow into mere dust.
Moving on to Section 5, Defying the Original.
So, the counterfeit is dead, the shield breathes, we're good, right? Well, as the black star pulses one more time, the lore delivers its final mind-bending twist. A cosmic scribe appears to reveal that they haven't finished the prophecy at all. They've merely unlocked the next stage. Just look at the sequence of these cosmic triggers. First, the false sun falls. Second, the gate rises. Third, the shield breathes. Fourth, the covenant awakens. Fulfilling this chain of events didn't bring peace. It simply acted as a combination lock, unleashing an even older, exponentially more dangerous threat. Because over in the primordial, mythical realm of Eden Prime, the very ground splits open. The awakening of the covenant has awakened the original. This is the first Trexon. He's the true ancient architect of the Dominion faction. The mythic scale of this being makes the false sun look like an absolute pawn. This is the ancient evil that the universe has been terrified of since the dawn of creation. And when Ryael finally confronts him, the original unveils a plot twist that completely shatters the mythological foundation of Ryael's existence. He tells Ryael, "Ryael never told you the truth. You are not the gate. I am. You are the key." Just like that, in a single sentence, Ryael's entire identity is inverted. The original wants Ryael to use his divine power to unlock him, giving this ancient corruption full access to the universe.
And this brilliantly illustrates the core clash of the entire story. On one side, we have prophetic destiny, the original, demanding that Ryael fulfill his biological and cosmic mandate to act as the key. On the other, we have pure free will, Ryael explicitly choosing to rebel, planting his staff in the ground, protecting his shield, and completely defying the mandates of his own ancient bloodline. Choice completely overrides ancient predestination. Which leaves us with this totally thrilling question to ponder. If the key absolutely refuses to open the first gate, can human free will truly shatter an ancient cosmic destiny? Or is this act of rebellion just another part of the prophecy? That clash between predestination and choice is exactly what makes this lore so incredibly captivating. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep learning, keep questioning, and I'll see you next time.